Wow. Blue skies over Washington. That's always a good reason to run some pay dirt. What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed and bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And that's right, it is a beautiful day here in Washington. The skies are blue, and I figure what better time than to bring you some pay dirt from BlueSky Mining. And so we got a package from them, the old USPS flat rate box. Inside, we're going to find a bag of their Idaho Paydirt, their dredge Paydirt concentrates. Now, on their site, and I'll put up a thing here and a link below as always, but they do specifically tell you that these are dredge concentrates, differentiating them from your riverside gravels or your made pay dirt. So they also say there is a minimum of a half gram of gold per bag. So we're going to see at least a half a gram in here, maybe more, based on that these are their dredge concentrates. The bag set me back $50 plus a little bit of shipping. It was like $6 shipping, so it's actually less than what it costs to ship. So that's pretty cool, or pretty good. I mean, definitely weird to get charged less than it actually costs to ship those. So very cool there. So basically, the dirt cost us about $50, and we're gonna go check that out. We'll bust open this package and see what it looks like inside. Pretty well taped, so I'm wondering where I put my knife. Sitting on it. Always the best place for your knife, in your back pocket. Slicing open the old packaging tape. And we put her away because she is sharp and very dangerous. Accidentally dropped the knife once and had to have my leg reattached. Alright, so in the package we got a nice Mylar baggie here, BlueSky Mining. I got their card here on the front. You get a little sneak peek of what the pay dirt looks like. The baggie itself does not look to be heat sealed. It is heat sealable, but it's just Ziploc closed. And there was no second bag to protect it should the zipper have failed or the bag itself have split open. So, a little bit of a bummer because this does feel like a thinner Mylar, and that means there's more chance for the bag potentially splitting open, getting damaged, and then causing a big mess in the box. But that didn't happen, so lucky, but definitely would recommend doing the heat seal and putting it in a secondary bag just as insurance. As for that, just got my invoice in the box there, and that's it. So let's bust this open, shake it out, and find us some shiny. Stick around. Alright, so welcome back. Now, after kind of looking at the dirt a little bit, it looks like it's really all sand. So I'm going to pop it open, dump it out into the little bowl, take another look at it, and we might just go straight to the sluice. There may not be any point to classifying this out. Yeah, this is all really fine mesh. I weighed it out, and it's about 1.5 pounds of material. Very
sandy stuff. A lot of mica in there. Surprised how much mica got hung up on the dredge. Figured the pressure would blow it out quickly. But that's what we got. So, not much to really say about it. It's sands. And there you go. We'll dip the magnetic stick in there and see what comes up. But I expect, I don't know what to expect. I don't think I've ever actually done official Idaho dirt before. It's concentrate, so I imagine there should be a lot of magnetics if they have. Holy smokes, look at that. That is a lot of magnetics in that dirt. Damn. Yeah, you can just see the change of color in the dirt after dipping the magnet. It's like a dark color, then boom. Hey, look, it's all blonde sands there. So, definitely a lot of magnetics in here. That will make it interesting. But we'll get through it. These are his cons. It's time for me to run it through my system and then get that gold out of there. So don't go anywhere. We're going to wet this up, fire up the sluice, and get us some gold.
All right, let's fire this baby up. Sluice is running real nice today. Just put some nice fresh clean water in there. It was getting pretty nasty. Got some fresh water for this dirt. Let's get to it and see what we found. So a lot of magnetic, you can just see the darkness to it. Build up magnetics. All right, that looks nice. Bring you guys in for a little how do you do? How do you do? So that's what we got going on. Cell's full of dark magnetic material, but as you can see, there's definitely a nice amount of gold hiding in there as well. More down here. See if we can see where. Can't see it anymore. There's a piece. Nice wiry piece too. There you go. All right, well, let's get this cleaned up and get our gold. Garnets. Big garnet pieces in there. Super shiny paper. All right. So there you go. There's your gold, baby. Supposed to be a 0.5 gram there. We'll get it all suckered up. there's some very silvery pieces. We're going to hit those with the torch, see if they turn back to gold or if they might be silver. There was a mention of potential silver in here, so that very well may be what those are. But we'll figure that out here in just a second. For now, let's get it all suckered up. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up, separated out from some of the silver chunky stuff. Unfortunately, when I melted it or heated it up, some of the little pieces kind of melted together with a couple flakes of gold. So I'm not sure if those are silver or they were lead or what they were, but there's a couple of that mixed in here as well. And it got to a point where I just gave up trying to separate it all. So there's a little bit of silver mixed in here, and then there's a little bit of gold mixed in there. Either way, let's see what we wound up with. Miner Bob and the Ass are standing by for our blue sky. 1/2 gram is what's guaranteed. 1/2 gram is what we got. 0.524 grams of gold. So there you go. 0.524 grams of gold, just a hair over that 1/2 gram guarantee. It's probably right at the 1/2 gram because there's a little pieces of not gold in here, and I think that make up for the additional. So if it's a 1/2 gram guaranteed and essentially a 1/2 gram is what was put in there, I don't know. Seems like there's no gold in these dredges. But either way, we got what we were guaranteed. So let's go clean this up, and we'll be right back with our final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. So, blue sky gold mining. What can I say there? That dirt was a hell of a challenge, man. So the gold itself was very raw. Like they had advertised on this one, this gold is from somewhere close to the lode source. So it's a lot more wiry than a lot of gold that you'll see out there, which is nuggets or rounded off nuggets. And what those are basically placer that have worked their way down the river and been smoothed out and rounded out. This stuff was a lot more wiry, and along with some of those little rounded ones as well. But so that made them a lot more likely to get caught up on things. Now, the dirt there was really tough to go through. A lot of black sands, a lot of a lot of magnetics. So, this is the magnetics that I pulled out once I got around to deciding to start pulling them out. That's a huge amount of magnetics. So, it was a real challenge to go through it there at the end because the gold just wanted to go riding off along with the magnetics whenever you try to move them. And you had to move them. You got to get them out of the way. Otherwise, nothing wants to move because everything's sticking together. It's a big clump. So that's the real challenge with magnetic sands when you're doing your gold prospecting is they just want to clump up. And you'll see that. You'll squish them down and you'll think there's a little rock there, but it's just a ball of the magnetics sticking together. So you do definitely want to have something nearby that you can get those out of your way. Now, as far as this dirt goes, super difficult level. I would say this is one, no joke, you want to go through it a tablespoon at a time, small amounts, work it down, get your gold, and then rinse and repeat till you're through your bag. I wouldn't recommend to throw it all in your pan all at once. There's just too much heavies there, and you're going to find that every time you pan back, there's going to be gold in the corner of your pan, and you're going to have to pan it back again and again and again. I had to do that maybe 4 or 5 times. And because there is so much black sand, the gold wanted to, a lot of gold just rode right out of the sluice. Usually the sluice is going to catch everything, but when you're just overloading it with black sands, there's just no time for it to drop. So there was still a lot of gold in the catch basin after I repanned it. So you definitely want to go through this stuff slowly. But that being said, I had a really good time going through it. It was a nice challenge to go through this dirt, and had a really good time with it. So next, of course, the gold. Now, what we wound up recovering, I'll just throw the graphic up here so we can read along. We paid $50 for that bag. We got 0.524 grams of gold back. Now, it's just over that half gram guaranteed. That's going to be a value today of $31.62. Based on that, we have a return of investment, an ROI of 63%, which is not too bad for Paydirt. Again, this is supposed to have been his dredging concentrates. Now, there's a little bit of a question of discrepancy there in my mind, because the site says there's a guaranteed half gram. So if there's a guaranteed half gram, you put a half gram in. And so I kind of was expecting there to be a little bit more gold. As usual, maybe I got the crappy scoop where there wasn't any extra gold. I don't know. Seems to always be the way, but I did get the half gram guarantee. Didn't get a whole bunch more above that. 0.024 above that half gram guaranteed, which is still essentially a half gram. But 63% ROI. Had a really good time going through the dirt. It was a nice challenge. So you are paying for a little bit of experience there. And I always like it when you get somebody's concentrates, because you know you're getting something that actually came out of somewhere where somebody's trying to get gold. And I always think that's pretty cool. A lot of garnets in this sand, and a lot of sand in this sand. There were no really large pieces of rock in there. Nothing over 1/4 inch, so I didn't even bother classifying it. But there was a S-ton of magnetics, so I guess that makes up for it. Either way, had a pretty good time going through it. 63% ROI is what we got back, and not too bad. He has other dirt available on the site. He's got some stuff from Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Alaska, just depending on where he's able to get out to get concentrates to stockpile. So right now, I think you can find Washington and Idaho on there, so go check it out. BlueSky goldmining.com. Link down below if you gotta find your way. Otherwise, this is Dig Daddy, and this has been Backyard Prospecting. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please hit like. If you're not a subscriber for some weird ass reason, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. That way that you don't miss out on any of our future content. And join us Monday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, for BSing in the Shed. This is Dig Daddy signing out. If I don't see you in the backyard, well, I better see you in the backyard, because I ain't going to catch you at the river. Peace.